Alrighty, traders, this is Blake Morrow. You were listening to the Daily Roundup webinar, and guess what? We have some risk. I know you're probably thinking risk of what, and my opinion is, oh, sorry guys. You're risk of what? You're probably thinking risk of US dollar showing a quick reversal here. And the dollar, as you can see here, is actually setting up for a bit of a reversal. We had the euro break down back below the 1910 breakout point, the cable, back below the 132. Well, 131.85 is really the big level. But the problem is that we're setting up these false breakdowns of the dollar. Here's the dollar index, and if we have the FOMC minutes, they come out and they don't talk about, like just say the discussion is not as dovish as the market expects, we actually could see a squeeze here in the dollar. One of the big risks, in my opinion, has been today. Let me show this to you guys. So, the dollar index here, this is our daily sentiment. And this is when I try to, I don't like the DSI alone because, I'll tell you the reason why I don't like this alone is because, I'll give you a great example. The dollar index was pretty low like this. I want to say, we were like somewhere around here. The dollar index was pretty low, and then we continued lower, right? So you got to have like the same genetic, or it's kind of like a mixed match of things. And so one of the things that I was looking at the DSI last night is that you got volatility that's at 10, you got the dollar index that's at 9. The euro was at 92, all really pretty extreme. You got other extreme readings here too, but they're all pretty extreme, which suggested that we were going to see some sort of, backpedaling, if you will, of the dollar, maybe a bounce. It's coming quicker or earlier than I thought it would. And maybe this is just more positioning ahead of the FOMC. So FOMC minutes, excuse me. So what's probably going to be really important, and that's why I'm going to stress the importance of this in about an hour and a half, is that if the FOMC minutes confirm that the Fed's just not as dovish right now, because you think about the economy may have bounced back a little faster than they thought, or we've seen the stock market recover. Maybe they're feeling a little bit less dovish, more confident, more hawkish. That might confirm a dollar reversal. Now, one of the best setups for me is these types of days, because I love it when we get a false break like this. Because what is a false breakdown? And I'm asking you guys this: what does a false breakdown or breakout usually lead to? Yeah, reversals, correct. And Gavin, Gavin's a little bit more descriptive, which I like. Move to the other side of the range, right? Or even a breakout above that range. So the risk starts to look like this. We get a move here, and then quite possibly get a move here. Now, remember, I'd been hoping and anticipating this move here, this double bottom reversal, get back to 95.5, then you sell it. I've been expecting that. I didn't think we'd hit new lows first, but if we need to hit new lows to do that, that might have been the missing ingredient we needed to get back to 95.5. So I don't want you guys to get too excited about this. I just want you to think about it. Now, there's just because I think it can happen. There's a couple other things that are feeding this idea too. One of the other things would be, look, the S&P's really having a rough go at this 3,400 level. It really is, right? We keep trying to get up here and we're struggling. So if the stock market actually finally, comes back down a little bit towards, this 33.25, we start to see it. Maybe the dollar does accelerate, picks up a little bit more steam. That's entirely possible. Obviously, that's not going to happen today. I'm just talking about, think about it. Another thing that could fuel a dollar reversal is gold and silver. Look at gold. I mean, now I'm bullish gold, but what happens if this happens? Consolidating trend lines, right? How about if we, break 1900 and have a quick trip to 1750 before bouncing, or something like that, which would be the 50% retracement of this move. Gold still stays bullish, although people will be screaming false breakout, but still, I mean, a move like that would perpetuate a dollar squeeze, right? So these are just things that I think we need to be thinking about as we go in today. So today's close in the dollar is going to be really important. A couple of the levels that I'm really looking for, and I'll just go through them real quick with you. I'd like to see, looking for a dollar reversal, keeping that in mind. I'd like to see the euro dollar close probably below all these candles right here. So, talking about 1860 or lower, something like that. The cable obviously back below this trend line, 3150, 131.50, 131.40, something like that. We're not too far away from that right now. The Aussie dollar, close to where we're at now would be bearish. You look at the Kiwis setting up a gravestone doji, especially if we close below 66 cents. The dollar Canadian, a move and a close back above 132 would be bullish. Dollar Mexican peso is just kind of bouncing around. Not too excited about it at the moment. Dollar Swiss, big false breakdown here. Big. And like I said, I think that is Swiss National Bank induced. I do. US dollar, Norwegian krona, this is actually looking like it wants to reverse too. Move back above 9 would be crazy bullish. But those are things that I'm looking at going into today. So do we have a good setup today? Yes, we do. Is it a for sure slam dunk win for dollar bulls or dollar bulls? No. There's no sure slam dunk anything, but are the chances abnormally high, that we get some sort of reversal? I think they are higher right now. By the end of the day, if we close at above below those, dollar wise, if we close above those levels or below those levels in the euro and cable, that type of thing, that gives us a fairly high probability that the dollar is going to continue to bounce. So, and especially if you get it happening across the board, that's when things work really well, is when you got the dollar moving everywhere in the same direction. And with the sentiment as bearish as we saw it, I think that is a risk right now. So we'll see by the end of the day. And it'd be nice to have more than just, 12 hours of one direction. It'd be nice to have, be able to put together a couple of days worth of a reversal. It'd be nice. We haven't seen that in a while. Anyway, guys, if you're listening to this after the fact, I want to say, why are you? Oh, probably because you're not part of the ForexAnalytix family. So make sure you try us out. It's only $1 for 10 days. And if you want to learn how to potentially get it for free, go to the Forex sponsored page and read through that. All right, guys and gals, I'll talk to you soon. Thank you all for your support. I appreciate each and every one of you. I will catch you in the chat rooms or tomorrow morning. All right.